What's up, guys? My name's Curtis, and welcome to 5-Minute Finance, where I take personal finance topics and explain them to you in 5 minutes or less. For those of you who have been watching the stock market over the past year, it's pretty clear that we've been on quite a wild ride. And it seems like no matter where you look, 50% of so-called experts are saying that the market is going to continue to skyrocket, while the other 50% are saying that we're going to see a huge market crash soon. The question I wanted to answer in this video is, will we see another market crash? I don't say this to scare anybody, but the answer to that question is yes, 100% guaranteed we will see another market crash. There's no doubt in my mind. The other half of that question is, when will that market crash occur? And that's a question that I simply can't answer. Unless your name is Warren Buffett, you probably can't answer that question either. And even Warren Buffett has lost billions of dollars when the market tanks. The reality is, declines in stock prices happen, but they aren't anything to be afraid of. As you can see by this chart, bear markets, that is when the stock market drops over 20% from its most recent high, happen about every 10 years or so. When we look at market corrections, which is when the stock market drops 10% or more from its most recent high, that's even more common. Over the past 10 years, a time in which just about everybody would agree the stock market has flourished, we've seen 6 market corrections. So simply looking at market history, we're absolutely going to see crashes, bear markets, corrections in the future. It's just an inevitable part of the stock market. The great news is there's absolutely nothing to worry about, and here's why. Let's take a look at that bear and bull market chart again. As you can see, the average bear market only lasts 1.4 years, and during that time, on average, the stock market drops 41%. However, the typical bull market lasts almost 9 years, with returns averaging 468%. The best thing we can do during any sort of market downturn is to simply hold our investments, don't sell, and continually buy into the market. As crazy as it sounds, a big market crash in the early years of your investing career can be one of the best things that's ever happened to you. Assuming you have decades until you're going to need that money, market crashes are a great time to buy stocks at a steep discount. Take 2020, for example. Anybody who simply held their investments through the pandemic-induced sell-off ended the year in the green. Even better, those who continued to purchase stocks when the market was down saw even higher gains. There were really only 2 types of people who got screwed by the market in 2020. Those who sold their investments when the market started to drop over fear that it was going to drop even further, and those who didn't buy more stocks when the market was heavily discounted for a few months. So again, the market is extremely volatile, and we will continue to see big gains over time with the occasional market crash, just like we've seen for decades and decades. But if you take the emotion out of investing, you buy in consistently, and you just hold your investments and don't sell them whenever there's a downturn, you will retire wealthy. Also, never let the fear of a potential looming market crash stop you from investing. Again, there's only one Warren Buffett, and something like 90% of active fund managers don't beat the broad stock market indices. Nobody can time the market perfectly, and even if a year or 2 from now the stock market does go down a little bit, I can guarantee you in 20 or 30 years it's going to be higher than it is currently today. If you guys enjoyed this video, it would really help me out if you gave it a thumbs up, and if you're new around here, click this globe to subscribe and hit that notification bell for more personal finance videos in the future.